Introduction: The invisible architecture of control. Most men spend their lives operating under an invisible architecture, a set of social and emotional rules they never agreed to, but which govern their every move. They feel a constant, nagging pressure to perform, to provide, and to please, yet often find that the more they give, the less they are respected. This isn't a failure of strength, it is a failure of vision. You have been taught that to be good is to be available, and to be loving is to be compliant. But there is a singular truth that, once seen, cannot be unseen. Your power is not something someone else takes. It is something you unknowingly hand over. Today, we dismantle that architecture and replace it with the ironclad logic of Stoicism.
2.
Deep dive: The core truths.
1.
The illusion of unconditional devotion. We are raised on a diet of romanticized loyalty, the idea that love is a constant, unwavering force. However, the Stoic observes reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. The depth. In most human dynamics, affection is highly transactional. It often spikes when you are useful, providing resources, status, or entertainment, and dips when you are struggling or useless. The shift. When you realize that attachment is often conditional, you stop being a victim of someone else's mood swings. You stop pouring your soul into a sunk cost and start treating connection as a reflection of mutual respect. You look at behavior, not potential.
2.
Attention as your highest currency. In the digital age, attention is the most undervalued asset. When you reply instantly to every text, offer endless compliments, and make yourself available 24/7, you are hyperinflating your own market. The depth. Scarcity creates value. This isn't about playing games. It's about having a life so filled with purpose and mission that you don't have time to be a constant spectator to someone else's life. The shift. By reclaiming your time, you force the world to meet you on your terms. When your attention is earned rather than given away for free, it carries the weight of gold rather than the worth of dust.
3.
The fortress of emotional regulation. The most common way men lose power is through reactivity. When you get angry, when you plead for an explanation, or when you chase someone to fix a vibe, you have handed them the remote control to your internal state. The depth. Epictetus taught that no man is free who is not master of himself. If someone can make you lose your cool, they own you. Silence is often the most powerful response because it reveals that your internal peace is not dependent on their external chaos. The shift. You must become the eye of the storm. When someone tries to use emotional withdrawal or pressure to manipulate you, you remain a statue. You become unreadable, and in that mystery, you regain command.
4.
The philosophy of the pause. Most men react with reflex. If she pulls away, he pushes forward. This is a biological drive rooted in the fear of loss. The depth. The pause is the space between stimulus and response. In that space lies your freedom. When you notice a shift in the dynamic, instead of rushing to repair it, you stand still. You observe the data, the shift. This pause signals that you are comfortable with silence and even comfortable with the idea of the relationship ending if it no longer serves your principles. This lack of desperation is the ultimate aphrodisiac and the ultimate boundary.
5.
The doctrine of abundance, options, and purpose. Desperation is the scent of a man who believes he has no other choice. If you believe this is the only woman who will ever love you, you will tolerate any level of disrespect to keep her. The depth. Options don't just mean other women. They mean a life so rich in hobbies, fitness, career, and brotherhood that no single person is the pillar of your happiness. A man with a mission is a man with leverage. The shift. When you are willing to walk away, you are finally free. You don't stay because you have to. You stay because you choose to. This shift from need to choice changes your posture, your voice, and your energy.
3.
Conclusion. The birth of the magnetic man. Reclaiming your power is not about becoming a tyrant or a cold-hearted hermit. It is about becoming whole. When you apply these truths, the old games of emotional tug-of-war stop working. You no longer negotiate for affection. You no longer perform for approval. You stop being a character in someone else's play and start being the author of your own. A man who respects himself, guards his time, and masters his emotions is a man who is truly magnetic. He doesn't have to demand power because it naturally gravitates toward him. Remember, you are not born to earn love by losing yourself. You are born to build a life so formidable that only those who respect your boundaries are invited to share in it.